It is coming up now on 7:53 on Acadiana's Morning News, Lafayette Live, featuring our Lafayette Mayor President, Josh Guillory, and our interim police chief, Wayne Griffin, who joins us in studio. John has been kind enough to hold. Okay, John, you're first up on this round. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you. Wayne, I want to wish you the best of luck. You got an important job to fill. But I got a question for the mayor.
Go for it.
Mayor Josh, we were all surprised to see Thomas Glover fired unexpectedly the other day, and we're all trying to figure out what's going on. Was it a personal matter? Was it a political alliance? Did he not offer you the loyalty or something, maybe a dispute with the police officers? I know it's your right and privilege to hire and fire who you want, but I would like to hear in your words why you suddenly let Police Chief Glover go.
Hey, John, thank you so much for calling in, my man. I appreciate you, and I share in your enthusiasm for Chief Griffin's appointment as our chief of police. I think he's going to do a great job. Matter of fact, I know he's going to do a great job. And look, we're all committed to public safety here in Lafayette, and that's kind of my motivation and excitement to work with this gentleman. To my right, you can't see him, but he's to my right. Hey, look, it's a personnel matter in regards to our former chief, so that's more proper to discuss with our HR director, legal department, but looking forward to the future, and I know our police department's in good hands.
Okay.
Wow, so many words and no answer. Are you not going to explain to us what happened?
Hey, again, John, appreciate your kind words, and look, we're just folks on the future, and if I could say some other things, I would, but we're going to respect the process, and it's a personnel matter, and we're going to leave it at that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right, go to line 1. All right, here we go. Hi, caller, you're up next. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Thomas Glover. Good morning, Bernie. Good morning, Ian. Good morning to you, Wayne. Congratulations, like I told you on the first day. I have nothing at all but good things to say about Wayne Griffin. I noticed when I got there what his role was, and I kept him close to me. And my comments are strictly for the mayor president. After he terminated me illegally without any reason, he actually is now trying to manufacture things. He's going around asking officers and people in the community, what did I do as chief of police, so that he can come up with something. It seems the cart before the horse. He should have asked what I was doing before he terminated me, so I'm very disappointed. The Lafayette Police Department is as close to the community as it has ever been. I started the Community Relations Committee meetings back up when I took office. The walk that's planned for October 25th, the food that's being served, I orchestrated all of that. And so I'm very disappointed. All of the murders that were committed in Lafayette, they were bad, they were terrible, but I had developed such a close relationship with the community that all of them had been solved with the exception of one. And so I'm very disappointed. There's got to be a way for the mayor president to explain to the community and to me why was I terminated without any reason. He's now trying to manufacture reasons, and the only thing I can say is I am relentless in my pursuit for justice. I will continue this for the next 2 years up until election time. I will not stop. He's counting on the people of Lafayette having a short memory. He's counting on the people forgiving him for the injustice that he did to me, and he's going to, I promise you that he's going to pursue and do the same thing for the next 2 years, what I've been doing for 10 months. So with that said, in the future, I would love to come back on your show, because since I was on Tuesday, a lot more has been exposed to me. A lot has been exposed to me. And I'll just tell you like that, I'm in an undisclosed location now working on my retort to all of this. And it's going to be devastating to the mayor president to do what he did for me. And I will get justice. And that's all I have to say.
All right, sir. Thank you for calling into the show, Mayor President Guillory. It is now your chance to respond to that, because he had his say, and you have a response time, of course.
Well, I'll tell you, growing a family just like Chief Griffin here in Lafayette, coming to love the people of Lafayette. The group that I will never count short is the people of Lafayette. Have the utmost respect for our wonderful citizens, wonderful community. And look, all I got to say is, as a former employee, everybody has a right to go to the media and say whatever they want. As a mayor president, I don't always have that luxury. It's not responsible for me to do that. And those conversations as far as previous employment, personnel file, it really is a personnel matter. And I'm going to respect the process. I'm going to respect our former employees, all of them, and defer to our HR department, legal department. But I'll tell you this, though. I remain to be excited about the future. I remain to be excited about Lafayette. I get more motivated every single day that I'm here, and it's not anything that I'm doing. It's because the people of this community motivate me. It's the actions of our community, our neighbors. And Lafayette is a special, special place, and it always will be. So I love our people, and I look forward to working with our new chief of police.
I do want Mr. Glover to know, and our audience to know, that at the beginning of the conversation or towards the mid part of the conversation, Interim Chief Griffin did say that walk had been set up prior to him coming. He decided not to cancel that event and carry on with it. So Mr. Glover was mentioned in that. Mayor President, in terms of the murder rate, there has been long discussion the last several months going on about the murder rate, the crime rate, et cetera. So the question now becomes, with that issue, is Glover is saying that all but one has been solved. The terminology that was used with me several times was an explosion in crime. Has there been an explosion in crime in the last 10 months, year, start of the pandemic?
Yeah, so historically, and in all fairness, you're seeing a spike across our country. And, we don't know if that's due to lockdowns and behavioral reasons, emotional reasons, who knows? But
if you ask mental health experts, they'll say yes.
Absolutely. I'm married to one. And it's look, it is a serious situation. Crime has spiked in Lafayette, just like the rest of the country. And, again, I know that we have the tools in place. And the best tool that we have in the Lafayette Police Department is our human resources, our people. Our department is a wonderful department. Every department in LCG can improve. And that's where we can't be complacent in our willingness and our desire to look under every rock, and make sure that we're getting good after action reviews and looking in the mirror and seeing how we can get better. But talking with Chief Griffin, talking with our senior leadership over there at PD, I am convinced that they take this very serious, that they're making decisions to combat crime. And Chief, this is more of your expertise than mine. You have anything to say on that?
So just want to mirror what the mayor is saying. There has been a spike. It's a trend across the country, and one of the main reasons is COVID. And I just looked at our numbers for the last month, and things are we're going down. We have a downward spiral. We still have some issues in the city, but like I said earlier, I'm in the process of evaluating, seeing some things that I can do to get those numbers even further down. Now the numbers going down, has nothing to do with me. It's the men and women of the police department.
Yeah, because they're the front face, really.
Strategies and protocols that were put in prior to me. So if those things are successful and the numbers, are we going in a downward spiral? I'm going to keep using that. If it doesn't need to be changed, I'm not going to change it. So we've been fortunate in Lafayette. There's been a spike across the country, nationwide. But like I said, I looked at our numbers over the last month, just as recently as yesterday, and we're in the negative. Everything is going down. So I'm really happy about that. So hopefully we can keep those
going
numbers going
on
down.
that. And I would like to address the political conversation and ask you that, because many people have asked us, was this termination of Glover, Mayor President, was this something that was politically motivated?
No, but I will tell you this. Our new chief here is a very humble guy, and I will tell you that what I've seen in the last week.
Yeah, and somebody was asking about his degrees during the break. Somebody actually had a question about degrees, and then I didn't even think to ask that question, so I'm glad the person sent it to me because when I asked you about who you were, you didn't mention all of that.
Hey, Bern, real quick though, if I could,
go for it.
I'll tell you on the point we were talking about as far as responding to the crime rate and things like that. In the last week, I have seen that Marine come out. Now,
okay.
You're not going to see that on the radio. You're not going to hear
Right.
that on the radio. But what I mean by that is just that planning, proper planning. Listen to what he's saying. Evaluating the situation, keeping what's good, throwing out what's bad. That's not an insult to anyone. That's proper decision making process right there. So I've seen that come out in him. I've seen a former SWAT commander come out in him, where you think of SWAT gung ho kicking the doors in and all this stuff. Yeah, they're prepared to do that. But those are the most disciplined officers we have.
Yeah, I was going to say that's at the end of a SWAT process.
Absolutely.
That's not Law and Order television. It's, these are the real men and women who deal with things. Let's talk a little bit about your background and your degrees.
So I started. Someone asked me, "Have they been grooming you the last 2-3 months to take over?" And I sat and I thought about that question, and I was like, no, I've been grooming and preparing myself the last 10 years because it was a point in my career. It's like I think I want to run this organization. So with that,
and you did apply, and you were a finalist.
And with that being said, I started back up in college. I was able to finish my my associates in criminal justice, get my bachelor's in criminal justice. And I was able to get a MBA in organizational management. So, and that was all in preparations to take the test, apply to be procedure chief, and actually be where I'm at right now. With the mayor president talking to you about how I want to change the community. So, I've been preparing for this for years. I'm glad that the hard work has paid off, and I will show the citizens that 110%, 7 days a week. That's who I am.
Because once a Marine, always a Marine.
Absolutely, Bernie.
Now, I want to go back to what we were talking about crime a second ago. And Chief Griffin, you corroborated something that Chief Glover told us on Tuesday, that crime is trending downward, that under his administration started with murders and he would have kept going down to other lower level crimes, for lack of a better phrase. And you just said that it's trending downward across the board. So how can we say we're having an explosion of crime if everything is trending downward? Because 1 month doesn't necessarily make a trend.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So over the summer, I think we had 2 bad months of murders. I think we had 5 1 month, and I think the next month we had 4.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking when you say the explosion of crime. When we had an unfair number of murders that happened in the city. So, but those things, and not just murders, but with other violent crimes that's happening, they're going down. So everything is trending down.
I think because people are getting more free. I think that's part of it too.
Absolutely. If there's any takeaway, I'm going to tell you this administration, this police department, we will not stop until these evildoers are caught. We will not stop until we change that trend permanently. We are committed to the public safety of this community. We're committed to protecting life and property. I know we have proper leadership in that department to achieve those goals, and I have every bit of confidence in our men and women of the Lafayette Police Department.
I do have one last question for Josh. And Chief Glover on Tuesday told us that he was prevented from doing media interviews himself by the administration. Is this true? And if it is, why was he prevented from doing his own interviews? Why was he shielded from the media?
Well, we can ask our chief communications officers in regards to specific protocols, but all our departments go through the CCO. And you guys being in media, y'all know that. You got to have one point person. To my knowledge, though, I believe he went on the radio and media, probably more than any directive we had. It's not my understanding of it. But, yeah, look, hey, again, just focus on the future. Proud of our chief here, proud of our police department. I know brighter days are ahead, and I know that I trust the people of this wonderful community.